Well, welcome into Estadio Caliente in Tijuana tonight. A wonderful evening and hopefully a wonderful performance ahead for Xolos. They've only picked up 1 point so far on the season. That wasn't their only other home match against Leon. Lucas Rodriguez getting the goal that day. And many felt that the performance warranted even more. We'll see if they can get that tonight against Pumas. A match referee, Diego Montano Robles, blows his whistle, and we are underway at Estadio Caliente. Immediately that ball played into a dangerous area. Warren, just going back to that only other previous home game this season for Sebastian Mendez's men. Good performance, 1-1 draw, probably should have been 3 points. How do Xolos build on that here tonight against a very good Pumas side?
Well, I think they have to start quickly, and again with Rodriguez, number 11, the young Argentinian in that, if you like, that number 10 position, is get him on the ball. But Xolos, we've seen them enough throughout this campaign and in the years that we've been watching them and playing their games at home. It's always high tempo, but they have to be more clinical in the final third because they do create chances that they can be wasteful.
He's given away a free kick there, central. Angulo just coming in from that left-back position. Pumas very close to getting 3 wins from 3 in their opening 3 matches, as we see the foul there on a man who has been very much in form in Diogo. It was a late goal that they conceded against Tigres to fall to defeat in match day 3. After opening the season with 2 very good wins against Querétaro and, sorry, Rodolfo Landeros, our good friend, at Toluca by 5 goals to 0.
Yeah, Tigres, they was cruising until the 79th minute, and then it's 1 goal went in, and then the prolific score against the penalty in the dying seconds of the game. So it could be heartbreak, but going away from home, they're trying to play at their pace. They're going to try and make the field as big as they can and try and split the 2 strikers so they can play through midfield. What Xolos have got to do is nullify that and make them do this type of ball.
Hard ball forward, good hold of play, and the ball out to Mozo, who's already got 1 red card on the season. Strong challenge that time from Angulo, who pushed on, and he's appealing that there wasn't as much contact as the right back made out to be.
Yeah, I do like the captain and the leader of the team, but he has got a tendency to foul too much, and it is once he feels a little bit of contact in there as a defender, you know you're going nowhere. He's going to go down and draw the foul. That relieves a little bit more pressure. So one thing he has to do, yes, you want high tempo, yes, you want to play aggressive, particularly when you're playing at home, but also you've got to also play smart enough, because he wasn't going anywhere. He could quite easily just drift out for a throw-in and you have the ball. But he is a leader, Keith. We've watched enough of him throughout his career. He pushes forward, he can play on the right, he can play on the left. Minimum contact.
Yeah, there's the contact there, just right on the...
And that can be painful.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying the arms should be thrown up in the air. And they have changed their fullbacks. You know, they've had the young kid playing him for most parts of the games, but now they've got a bit more experience. And I think that's coming from the coach, sensing that he does expect a different game today, and a difficult game.
Andres Lelini oversaw a good run in Liga, the Apertura. Eventually going out to Atlas and actually tied that game. They went out because they were the lower seed, so not exactly the way you want to go out, but very good performances. Took care of America in the quarterfinal. What a day for America, losing at home. Atlético San Luis earlier. You wonder if Santi Solari is going to be on the hot seat.
Yeah, even last season, Keith, they was winning games, but it wasn't a Club America way. It was a grind, it was a watch, and okay, you can say they were successful in their own way, but it wasn't great on the eye, you know. And I think once you start losing games, the fans, the media will start putting added pressure. And you're right, he's probably the next 1 more game away from getting sacked, but particularly losing big at home.
I've learned they're actually, the game might not be over. It did go to 2-3, so they were 3-1 down. They did get another goal back, but I've been told by some of our colleagues on the Deportes side, muy aburrido, very boring is the way they played.
Okay.
Getting a lesson every week here, Warren.
It's fascinating. You know, you learn something every day. That's what you've got to try and do.
Even if you don't want to.
Even if I didn't ask for it.
Barabona goes down. It's a man who fancies himself on these kind of set pieces. Strong challenge by Verdão.
I think Pumas have come into this game knowing it's going to be a battle for the first 15-20 minutes, and let's let the game simmer down. When the players had an international breaks, and I've been there, is you've got that energy, you've got that buzz around, you're back out there playing. You sometimes give away some cheap fouls.
Orozco, 2 of the veteran goalkeepers in Liga MX. They've been both in the mix with that Mexican squad over recent call-ups. I think both called up initially for the 3 games, and I think Talavera might have been let go a little bit early to get back to his side.
I think Mexico is very fortunate against Panama. We spoke about this at the moment. They're not scoring goals. They're not playing exciting football. They're not playing energetic soccer. Right? You know, there's no life about their game. They're getting results, but look at the likes of Canada, where they're 100 miles an hour, the way that they're working.
Who had that, right? Canada top of the group in CONCACAF, and America and Mexico tied for 2nd place, and Costa Rica and Panama right over their shoulder as well, so still all to play for into those final 3 match days. Who was in possession? Trying to play out through Lopez, won back by Barbona. Tercero. Rank. Playing from Jonathan Rank, getting the ball to Angulo, just couldn't connect. Strong challenge back in, but it was a cheap giveaway from the veteran. Now there's a chance to exploit that. Who was trying to stretch Cholos defensively. Good cross in, and it's in by Danilo, a man who can attack those areas so very well. And it's a good challenge by Tercero.
Yeah, he done well, the fullback coming across. But rather than just sliding the ball down the side, they give it away in midfield, and as you would do, you exploit the space that he's left. And just watch the fullback come over with a good block, because it's good technique. The young Argentinian gets decent contact on the ball, but he comes across and just blocks it. As the other fullback, you must slide across, but set pieces again, keeper's always been Achilles' heel for Cholos.
The set piece delivery, header on target, and Orozco holds on. Slack marking, but a third piece of goalkeeping. Rere had come forward, he does well on the way back as well.
See Orozco there just trying to get good counter-attack play. And it's a free header, but because of the flight of the ball just floating in there, he couldn't get enough power. There's enough bodies around him to put enough pressure on him, and in the end for the keeper it's quite a comfortable catch. Only trying to get away with the quick attacking football going forward.
Orozco, or the Spider, as his nickname is. Do you have a good nickname, Warren? Just Wazza? Although we want to know the other.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't really want to know the other ones, yeah.
Let's leave it at
one
that.
of my nicknames was about my hair as well, centre parting, that was another one. But yeah, it just wasn't.
Ball played back here for...
I was thinking that, kid, this must be the 2 oldest goalkeepers in the league in one game. You know, one's 39, one's 35. There can't be too many keepers of that age coming against each other week in, week out.
You look at the national team, and they had Guillermo Ochoa, Rodolfo Cota as well, 36 and 34 with Phil Golden. They're playing from Angulo. Good challenge back in. Really good defensive play. Diogo, and his manager loves that. Andres Lalini applauding the wingers. Just intent to get back in and help out his fullback. Really good play.
And good play by Cholos. A little give and go pass, but you know, with the fullback predominantly right-footed, he just takes that second too long, and then there's the defender coming across and sweeping it up. But good defending. We've seen it at both ends now. You know, anticipating well from the defenders. This is a good little spell for Cholos at the moment.
Barbona, Talavera setting up that near post area. He's got one defender in front of him. Ball played in towards the 6. Edge of the box, that one's blocked. It was a good hit. On the full from Sandro Lopez. Barbona, nice play from him. Marcel Ruiz. Looks so silky in possession. Barbona, little chip back in. Ruiz in behind towards the back post, and that was cleared. But it was lovely football from Cholos. I think the flag might have gone up as well, but take nothing away from some really good build-up play. Orozco liked it.
You're right, Keith, number 6, Ruiz is a very talented player, and he's had to be patient because he's been sometimes as a bit part player with so many changes at the helm. Coaches are not sure, they see his talent but not sure how to fit him into the game, and he's having a decent run at the moment. He's a very talented player. He's got that sweet cultured left foot.
Reminds me the way he moves of a player. I think he would have played against Steve McManaman.
Yeah, he glides.
Not the same position, but
yeah, he glides on the ball. There might have been a push in the back, but we've seen excellent defending. You know, covering from both sides, whether it's been the fullbacks, the centre halves coming across.
Pumas know a victory tonight, and they would join Pachuca with 9 points from the 4 games. So much to play for. The goal difference would be in favour of Pumas, because they've got an amazing 9 goals so far this season.
Well, it started off with a bang, as I touched on earlier, with 5 goals in the first game.
Good run here by Ibarra, but again, good help defensively. And Militao trying to complete the clearance. The free kick's going to go against Xolos. It's going to be interesting. You see Lucas Rodriguez basically playing that number 10 role now, when Montesino, he wasn't brought in to be on the bench.
No.
He's going to play at some stage. How they're going to find that rhythm and find that tempo in that final third.
And Rodriguez is a player that can play on that left-hand side. This is a delightful little ball as well. And he's just trying to, with his left foot, feed it into that back post, and they good, excellent defending. I felt like it was a push in the back. But that's what they need, you know. They've had players. Castillo as a player, Martinez as well, that was been at the club a long time, and he's moved away. So they had to make some changes. But with Rodriguez, he is a player that can play in that position, but he does like to be on that left-hand side, coming in, playing a little combination play, and it might be the spark that they need.
Mauro Minota is another striker they brought in. That's been the issue for them over the years, the goal-scoring end. They're trying to come forward here. Here's the man we mentioned, Lucas Rodriguez. Very good ball forward. Ferreira in behind. First signing a goal for the man you call the former Newcastle striker. Well, thumbs up for the ball.
He's got a list as long as your arm. Benfica, Celta Vigo and Shakhtar, just to name a few. But never really looked composed, you know. Guess you let the ball do the work, you let it run across, but there was no real conviction. And I think that shows where that lack of confidence, and you've touched it. You think if they had a prolific striker, he challenged it a lot more. You see how he lets it run across, instead of maybe taking a touch forward and then coming up. Thumbs up for the ball. It's an excellent pass, but I think he just needed to settle it first and foremost, and then take it a little bit earlier, because you let the ball run, you give the defenders the opportunity to get back.
The second ball again here, Xolos, as they look for another ball forward, and Facundo Ferreira again leading the charge. And well, that was a silly one, because it looked like the ball was already out of play, and then he tries to help the defender up, which, as you can imagine, didn't go over too well. And he does it all with a smile on his face.
Yeah.
I hope he didn't just say, why me?
I think it's a little sign of as well that, you know, letting the opposition know, the fullbacks, that they're not going to have the ball. Because they, you know, longer it goes on, Keith, that they haven't got the 3 points, they haven't won a game. You know, losing games away from home, you can sort of get away, but at home you've got to start winning your games. And, you know, they bad season last season. They don't want to have another bad campaign, because then it looked like Mendes would be off and he'd be changed, and someone else would come in, and, you know, then it's on that conveyor belt again, it's regroup and refocus, and it's another season gone.
Yeah, we've seen that cycle too many times, haven't we? But the final 5 games in the Apertura were really good. 2 wins, 2 draws, and just 1 defeat. Actually, that defeat was to Pumas, ironically, but the wins at Atlas, against Pachuca here, so high-quality victories as well. And that, I think, filled us with a little bit of confidence coming into the season. So, still early, but so far, that win has eluded them. Rank.
I think what they've done as well, Keith, with this, but they've just added more quality. You know, maybe not that one that's going to change how go, but I'm sure they're hoping their number 10 can do that. But, you know, Lopez coming in the back, Guzman is a good young player, but he needs a little bit more time to get on the ball. So they've got a little bit more depth now.
Barcelona looking to slip that one in for Lucas Rodriguez. Victor Guzman, he's played a lot of minutes, but I think you're right. I think most people would agree. Good to have an older figure coming in and providing an option.
I mean, you've seen with Santos Laguna, with Torres, the young player there, having an experienced player next to him. See him grow in his quality going forward.
He's on the cusp of being in the World Cup.
Yeah, they're flying. Ecuador,
Not one of those sides you'd want to meet in the World Cup as well, given the way the seeding works.
Yeah.
Always a tricky customer.
I mean, the way Canada are playing, you wouldn't want to play them. The way that they're playing with energy, and it comes from the coach, how he is on the sideline. Done it in the women's game, and now he's translated it to the men's team. Oh, that's nice.
Lovely little touch by Ibarra. Angulo back for Ibarra, inside the area, gets his cross in, and that one cleared. Lionel Lopez was set up defensively, but it was good movement. And the first real connection between Brian Angulo and Renato Ibarra in front of him.
Yeah, they're starting to get a little bit of an understanding. That's sloppy play.
Cheap giveaway, Leonel Lopez winning it back. The ball back into midfield to
this is what we see towards the end of last season. When Mendes come in the coach, he wanted his team to press high up the field, and if they don't win it, then they come back. And you're starting to see that again, because early parts of the season it wasn't really transforming, but I think he sat down and had a look and said, we're going to go back to a little bit of basics of what got us success towards the end of last season. We're going to press high, and if we don't win it within the first 4 or 5 passes, we're going to funnel back and get our shape.
They have to press again, and they're trying to play around the Pumas. Not a great delivery, forcing Mozo all the way back, but he does keep it in play. Goes further forward. Pumas on the second ball. A bit scrappy right now in midfield here at Estadio Caliente. Mozo trying for that big switch over the head of Tercero, but good defensive play. And the free kick is going to be given. No advantage there for Cholos as they were going forward.
Keep an eye. We've been on this venue, this stadium. You touched on about the artificial surface, and you know, not that it's cold in this part of the world, and I don't live too far away from it. But in the evenings, it does get that slickness on the grass, and that you can see with the ball skipping around. It's not like normal grass where it take a bounce and it's not as lively. The ball seems to be fizzing around all over the place, and that's where a lot of the players are just taking one touch and just helping it on because they're not sure about their second touch.
For years, it was the home form of Cholos that really kept them competitive, but over the last couple of years, it has slipped slightly. A free kick in. Ibarra was coming inside. He took a real strong knock to the chest there from Meritao, the Brazilian.
Yeah, he's a no-nonsense player. He's already got a goal this season. He could play like a 3 in midfield, but here they've got him as a 2. And then Lopez just screening there, and you can see him come across. That's about his 3rd tackle he's made.
Physical one, certainly, and the referee couldn't have been in better position to see it. Always good to get back to club football now.
Yeah, and that's international break's good. Yeah, watching it is good. This one here, you're just trying to whip it into the far post, and if someone can get some contact, great. If not, it might just snip in itself.
Barbona trying just that. It comes off the defender, off the woodwork, and the second opportunity goes begging, but almost like he just scripted that one. Barbona put it in the area and actually came off a defender. Talavera was in no man's land, and a real lucky escape there for Pumas. Might have been a free kick again. Rankus given that one away cheaply, and they have runners in behind. Diogo being one of them. Diogo beyond that Cholos back line. Cross towards the far side, and Rogerio, who has been in good goal scoring form, cannot get on the end of it. And all of a sudden, that free kick seemed to have sprung this game into life.
Well, there's a sign straight away, Keith, that any ball into the area, the keeper is not. He's not the biggest, and he never has been in his career, but you put it into areas, and really you should just let your defenders deal with it. He doesn't need to come out. He's in no man's land. Unfortunately for Cholos, he just doesn't just loop into the opening goal. But there, as soon as he's there, he's in no man's land. He's better off staying where he is on the line and trying to deal with it, but he's fortunate enough it comes off the crossbar, and then the second ball just doesn't bounce for the Cholos player. But a delightful ball in there, because you're really enticing the goalkeeper to come out, and he does that.
Pumas trying to come forward. Good defensive play. Lucas Rodriguez, he mentioned he can play on the left. He came all the way back there to Mozo, who's not shy about voicing his opinion, whether it be to the opposition players or the assistant referee. Wasn't happy with that call. Freire goes back for Talavera. Nice ball forward, good break here from Ruiz. He's got 2 inside the area. Ibarra making the late run. Ferreira lets it run through. Ibarra on target, good save. Good movement from Cholos to get that ball out wide, and Ibarra with the final hit, but comfortable in the end for the goalkeeper.
Yeah, and that's going back, echoing what I'm saying. They've got to be more clinical, I know. Roscoe's trying to generate the fans and keep them engaged in the game, which is great, but you can't keep wasting good chances like that. It just shows you that, again, you put it in there with a surface, it's skidding around, players are skidding around and slipping.
Gulo losing out in that battle, second opportunity, and deflects rather tamely into the hands of Jonathan Orozco, who's been pretty much a spectator so far in these First 20 minutes, first we've seen of Fabio Alvarez getting in the attack. Here's that delivery again.
Yeah, just skids around a little bit, and he's just waiting for the ball. I think you're better off, and you always say, is put it back from where it's come from. It's a nice height. He is trying to just whip it into that far corner, but as the keeper comes across, if he just passes it to his right into that corner, he's got a better chance of scoring. In the air, it's a comfortable save in the end, and he knows it's a big chance, big opportunity. But it was great because we could see it opening up. As soon as it went wide, his first thought was to get into the penalty area, and we've seen sometimes wide players for Cholos wait outside for the ball. Get your numbers in there, make the defenders make a decision.
Rack was trying to play out of the back, almost played his teammate into a bit of pressure there, but they managed to break out. Ibarra, good strength from Ibarra, good turn as well, and good pass. Lucas Rodriguez now.
He's starting to get, yeah, Ibarra's starting to get into the game. You know, it took him a little bit of time. They've had a little combination, them two, so that's a good sign as well.
Diego made the run further forward. Angulo put under pressure, two Puma players around him, and he does well to get it out. That looked like a push in the back. It will be a free kick for Cholos. Again, another needless one to give away.
I think that's what the referee's saying. That's the second one that he's done, and they will do that. The two midfield players, they will just slow the game down. He's got no intent of winning the ball. He just wants his players to regroup, and that's a shot come cross, if you like, and Roscoe's never going to beat someone of his quality. But he's one of them goalkeepers as well that, like you've just said, Keith, he's not really engaged in the game, but he'll find his way to get into the game. He might come out and have a little dribble, or he might try and slide a ball in somewhere 50, 60 yards, which gives the coach a heart attack because he's not sure that he should be doing that, but he's definitely got confidence in his ability, and he's a character.
We all like a bit of confidence in our players.
Yeah, but oh wait, keepers are weird. They're strange. They're different.
I don't even think goalkeepers would disagree with that comment.
They actually quite like it.
Good opportunity to cross here, and that will take a deflection. It's going to be a corner kick. Lucas Rodriguez has had some good movement so far.
He's been everywhere. You know, I've highlighted him to say he's playing as a number 10, but you touched on it, Keith. He was left back coming along. He's gone to the other side. I think they're saying here there might be an injury. They might be looking to get the trainer on for someone.
Once again, going back to Montesinos, who is available on the bench. His old club, Audax Italiano, did play out wide as well, so perhaps one of those players that can interchange and offer a couple of different attacking options. Trainers do come on. Part of the Pumas side. He's actually picked up a couple of yellow cards in his 3 appearances so far this season. Unusual for a goalkeeper, but that clean sheet and a victory over Toluca. Then the big win away at Querétaro. They're actually 1-0 down. There was a red card for Mozo in that game. Still managed to come back and get the points. And that mayhem against Tigres, where they were leading. And then they conceded Nico Lopez and, well, the veteran Gignac, who just always pops up in those big moments from the penalty spot to gift a victory for Tigres.
And what a signing he's been for Tigres and the league as well.
Coaching staff up on the bench having a conversation. Delivery in. To the edge of the penalty area, and it was well hit. Marcel Ruiz, you mentioned that sweet left foot. He couldn't hold of that one.
Yeah, he can strike it. He has got good technique. I think Mendez, the coach there, Chelsea, he'd be happy with the tempo that they're playing. They're playing with a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of energy. They've got nice shape, trying to close the ball down. Making Pumas, the defenders, play it long, and
there might have been a knock in the back there of Dineno, who's been relatively quiet so far. Valverde, cross comes in, the header, and it was good play from Diogo to just get in front of the fullback. They couldn't redirect that one on target.
Well, that's what they have. You know, sometimes they want space in behind, but couple of their goals have been as like deliveries from here as it's come in, been playing it into an area, but as you said, with his left foot, you wouldn't be surprised if that went into the back of net, but just caught the outside of the ball that takes it away. And this is where you can just put the ball into an area and hopefully someone can get on the end of it. We did the game the other week with Santos. Is, they're defending, they're getting pinned back and put the ball into an area and someone can attack the ball.
Escobosa had a game that day, didn't he, on that left side. Manacaxa. Didn't follow that up today. They again played against 10 men, but this time lost 3-1 to Pachuca. Many people feel Pachuca have a chance to do some damage. You one of them?
Not solely convinced. I think the poll says it all. I think that they can do it, but I don't think they will do it again. I can see Atlas, doing it well, and then you think
Pachuca have Almada now as well, of course, the former Santos manager, who we enjoyed covering their games when he was the coach.
Yes.
Cross in, good header from Rank. As far as Militao, we've got Militao looking to play the ball over the top of Barbona. Gets back in and helps out defensively. Well won back by Lionel Lopez in the middle of midfield.
Yeah, they're just starting to pop the ball around now. Good mistakes. A bit more composed. As I say that, they gave the ball away cheaply, but they've started to try and pass it around a little bit. But this surface is difficult for players. I can't emphasise that. I've had one or two experiences myself, and you don't train on it, you don't prepare on it, and then all of a sudden you get thrown into it. They might have trained yesterday if they had a chance to get down, but as much as the turf is very, very good nowadays, it's just not the same.
26.5 minutes in on this one at Estadio Caliente. Liga MX match day 4 action. Xolos, of course, were in action during the international break with that rearranged fixture. That was a loss to Puebla. They actually led 1-0 at half-time, conceded 2 in the last 10 minutes in that one. So again, I know it's a loss and people will just look at the result, but there was some positive signs within that game that Xolos can do something this year.
Oh, there's no doubt, Cliff. We've been covering this team long enough in the league, long enough to know that, on their day, and once you give players that are good players a bit of confidence, become very good players. But I echo the stability they need to have. The coach keeps on changing, the players keep on changing. When they had the success is when it was all going in the right direction. They was getting young players come through the academy. We know in the area, because we do a lot of coaching at that level, they was getting some good young players coming through. They've gone away from that, and that's something that they need to have the identity of what they are as a club.
It's a region rich in young players. It's a case of making sure that you're the one that gets them. I think it's someone like Paul Ariola, who did end up at Xolos, and now, well, there was rumours he was going back to the Liga MX and Club America not so long ago. Rack, nice entry pass. Good play from Ibarra, good movement as well. Ball played in behind, Lucas Rodriguez, Talavera's off his line. He's at full stretch as well. Angulo with the cross, and that one cleared. Again, it was good movement from Xolos in that final third.
If that's when they're at their best, one touch, play and move. Give it, go, pass, make a run. Excellent defence. He had to get that spot. I just fancied. Oh,
they've given it away here. Ferreira in on goal. 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. That is a massive save. Just got the slightest of touches. I don't know whether the flag has gone up against Ferreira. It was a back pass that he intercepted. That was a wonderful piece of goalkeeping. I think Ferreira is making the same argument that I just said. It was played into his path.
It was definitely a corner as well, because it was a save. But you're right, Keith, it's a good save, but it's a poor finish, and that has always been his problem. Spoke to people in the league. He should score that. He's saying there's a slight touch because the momentum of the ball drifts away, but you've got to put that away. They've had a chance for Barra, that one there, little touch that takes it away. He's got to put that into the back of net. Once you get chances like this against big teams, you have to get them away, because you can't, you're going to get penalised. It's okay, your leader clapping and encouraging, but sooner or later it's going to come back to bite you.
He's applauding. I wonder what he's thinking then.
I don't know whether he's applauding the save. He probably thought it was a good. It's the goalkeepers' union. Probably thought it was a good save.
So he's got a good friendly rivalry as well with Alfredo Talavera. A couple of the angles you couldn't really see the touch, but there certainly was one. There's that unorthodox one that he came out for.
Yeah, I'm thinking if Rodriguez goes a bit more determined, he sort of hesitates and waits and tries to get. I think if he goes with a bit more aggression, which you are going to get contact, it could just spill up into the path of your teammates. But he sort of hesitates and has half an eye on the goalkeeper, and that gives him enough time to come out and get a good foot on the ball.
Challenge from Fabio Alvarez, who's been really quiet so far. Sandro Lopez.
Well, I think they've changed their system as well, Pumas. They've gone with... Initially, it was like 3 up front, if you like. But
like a 2, yeah.
No, it's like a 2, and then a more solid in midfield. They're definitely worried about Ruiz getting on the ball and maybe screening that number 6 position as well, so they can't get the ball to feet to Rodriguez as well. Which is always a compliment. If you make the opposition change their formation, that's when you're doing something right.
Right. A little bit longer. Nice ball as well. Ibarra, he's been lively on a couple of occasions. Coming inside again, goes for goal. Bounces up, but comfortable for the goalkeeper.
But again, you said it is positive. You know, he's looked lively as soon as his first thought, and I always think with players, wide players, your first thought should be, I take the ball 5 or 6 yards, and then if I have to come back, I will do. It's good play.
Gulo. Good holder play there by Ruiz. One towards Ferreira. Ferreira gets it clear. And now the break is on, and they have numbers over on this far side. Diogo Rack, the centre-back, hesitant to come all the way, and he actually does really well.
He was close enough so he couldn't cross it, but not too close that he could knock it past him. Good defending, because Rack is a good defender. He's not the quickest, he's not the most mobile, but he reads the game very well.
Fabio Alvarez coming back in.
Yeah, they'd be quite happy. They'd be quite happy for him to go that deep and get the ball.
Nicolas Ferreira. Again, they do look more structured defensively, Warren. I think you mentioned the pressing and then dropping back into shape, and that's what we're seeing here from Cholo, just that little bit deeper.
And it's what he did when he first come, Mendes, when he made them with the high energy, particularly at home. They try and win the ball quickly, but if the opposition has like 5 or 6 passes, then there's a trigger that they sit back and get into shape, and then they wait around this type of area to try and win the ball back. He might be I wouldn't say concerned, but they'd be just a bit worried that his front strikers have not really influenced the game. You know, when you spoke about scoring 9 goals so far this season, they've not really linked up well together. Maybe the surface has not been great to them, but they haven't really got a grip of the game.
Danilo hasn't really been involved so far this season. He has got to start here tonight. He was the lead man in the Apertura.
Yep. I think obviously he got a wake-up call with the 2 Brazilians coming in, and you know, that sometimes could be a good thing. It wakes you up as a player that you know you're not guaranteed to start.
Looks like it's going to be a free kick. I think Rodriguez just took a knock on the back of the head.
I just see Rack and Lopez there. Lopez just went over to the other side and hooked the ball away 50 yards and just got a high 5. So that defensive stability for Cholos is something that they've been working on as well. I know it's not Pep Guardiola's style of defending, but sometimes when they're in this predicament, they haven't won a game, you're at home, you're playing against a big team, is, you know, eliminate your mistakes, and then hopefully you'll take a chance of the opposition making a mistake.
Back for his central defensive partner Lopez. Ruiz. Ibarra. Strength again. Angulo.
Go inside now.
Ruiz. Ibarra. He was closed down quickly by Mozo, who again has, well, every time he's involved, turns around and has a word with some of his teammates. not quite sure if they're listening, but he's still going to have that word.
He's only 24 years of age, but he's had 120 odd appearances, so for a young player he's got competition as well now at that position.
Valverde trying to play it forward, and that one from Rogerio, who most of his touches have been facing his own goal, the Brazilian.
Yeah, they look frustrated, you know, the front strikers. whether it's been the two Brazilians or the Argentinian, have been a little bit starved of service, but also that togetherness. They're not really passing the ball and linking in well. For Xolos, everything is down this left-hand side. That's where they're getting all their success. You know, they keep grinding away, keep chipping away. What they have maybe got to try and do is get the right side working a little bit, because Pumas are just shuffling over and nullifying this area. So if it's not working on this left-hand side for them, they've got to have another avenue.
Good football here. Mozo in behind. He's got two runners inside the area. He goes for the far one. Dineno, the header, back inside the area, and Orozco hangs on. And Diogo just made that run in front of him to make it difficult for the goalkeeper, but Orozco, the veteran, dealt with it very well.
I think also the delivery from the fullback should have been just whipped in to the middle. I don't think if you try and loop it up at the far post, he thinks there was contact. Ibarra got a clip round the ear.
It was the break again involving Orozco just setting them off.
And that's where Pumas are trying to emulate, where this left-hand side they're pushing on, and that's where the space is. So everything for us at the moment is nearest to this side of the field.
I can tell you that when Xolos won the ball back, Ibarra recovered from that knock.
It's amazing how that happens.
Nice,
yeah, it's amazing how that
timing.
happens. And there's that ball.
Again,
yeah, I think it's too high. You know, you're giving yourself too much to do. There's a little bit of, I think it's good refereeing. I think he was there. Little clip around the air. He's had a very good 37 minutes.
Good run here from Barbona, still going inside the area. Oh, for a moment he could have gone for goal. He gets it back for Ibarra.
I thought he was going to back Elliot as well to Ibarra.
Barbona, and just trying to create the yard, get it on that sweet right foot of his. Back for Angulo.
He's like a tank when he runs, isn't he? He's a powerful player.
Not much is going to stop him.
There's not a lot of flair with it either. It's just head down and off I go.
Ibarra, good football again this from Xolos. Ruiz, and just maybe one pass too many there. And now the break is on.
And there's this area there where they go again. The forward will pull out here. They know that he's left the space.
Rogerio looking for Dineno in behind. That was a tempting kind of delivery from Rogerio. First time we've seen him go to the right-hand side as well. Now the ball in behind, a flag for now has dead down Ferreira. Second time of the match he's won above the goalkeeper. And this time it is abysmal. And he looked around, almost pleading with the assistant referee
to
lift the flag.
He was onside. The fullbacks kept him on. That is woeful. And you can hear what the fans think about that.
Yikes.
I mean, what are you thinking of?
You did see that look, didn't you, to the assistant referee?
He did,
He wanted to be offside.
He wanted, and he wasn't. The fullback was keeping him on. I was watching, it was a good run.
That's going to really frustrate the manager, Sebastian Mendes, because they sprung the offside trap. He was in behind. What an opportunity.
Well, they've had, I would say, two excellent chances and three with Ibarra's chance when it come across. And that's going to come back to haunt them. If you don't take your chances, watch at the bottom of the screen. He's keeping him on. He's keeping him on there, and then he goes through. And it's the old tale, you play to the whistle. But this is woeful.
They're coming forward again. Ibarra, they're backing off him. He tries to go for goal, and well, I think they almost felt that one was going to come, that he was going to try and go inside from that distance.
He's also got to do a little bit better, drive him onto his left foot, and then he can check back. At the moment, maybe a little bit of fatigue, because coming into the team and this performance that he's coming back onto his right foot a little bit too early. Look at the big man making a run.
Nice ball from Angulo as well. Good football. Ferreira involved in the build-up. They're in behind. Talavera's off his line. Doesn't fully get to it. And there's contact. And the referee's given the penalty. Well, Talavera was in no man's land, and it was the big defender who was up as well.
It's clumsy. He had no hesitation, the referee. It's clumsy.
I think when they watch this one back, Talavera might regret his decision to come out off his line the way he did.
Again, the little play, the little give and go. Gets in as he comes through. He's done it a couple of times with his hands. And he's just gone running into it. You know, he's got his eye on the ball, I understand that, but he's gone straight to the Cholos player. This is where it bounces around. Rodriguez is there, he gets his body, enough contacts in there. Now he's looking at the ball, and he can see the defender coming, and he invites it on.
Contact with
there is contact, well, yeah. It's clumsy. And the referee's in a wonderful position as well. As the ball bounces up, he's got his eye on the ball, and you know it's coming as an attacker. You're going, go on, come all the way through me, and I'm going to select to the ref. You can wave your arms around, but it's a clumsy tackle.
Yeah, Rogerio trying to get back in, trying to help out defensively, and finally the referee rids himself of all of the players that were surrounding him.
This is going to be interesting as well, because he's just missed a gilt-edged chance, and now he's picked the ball up on the spot.
I don't think he'd be trying to chip it down the middle like he just did with the one-on-one.
You know, for the ref now is to get your cards out, because getting the goal, you keep complaining, you keep waving your arms around. It's a penalty, he's give it. Now go away. Now how long does it take to make a decision? Now we're going to have a chat with another one, and then another one wants another chat.
It does just seem almost futile now by the players.
Yeah,
it's given. We have VAR. They've obviously taken a look at it, and again, you look, you can see the contact, not when you're going to overturn.
You shake your head as much as you like. If it was at the other end, you'd be asking for a penalty. It's clumsy, it's reckless.
Facundo Ferreira, the Argentine striker. He's had the two best chances. Well, this allows Sebastian Mendes to talk to his leader on the field, Orozco. But they've had some good moments, Cholos, but nothing to show for it. Now they have a penalty.
What a big moment this could be for his career here, and also for the start of the season for them. We'll say about strikers that have that memory, but they don't. And they remember the good things. And what is he doing now, the keeper? How long does it take to go and get a drink? Honestly, you know, I always believe in karma. You're trying to be sportsmanship like this. I always believe in karma in the game. The soccer God to look after you.
Facundo Ferreira! Oh, Talavera with the save!
Maybe it weren't it. Maybe he had the soccer gods in his hands.
Mind games from the goalkeeper, super save. So once again, Ferreira, who's missed the two big chances, he didn't look entirely comfortable. What a big moment from the goalkeeper. And that was off his line.
It might have been off his line, Keith. Now, does he take it again? Or would you get... I would get someone else to take it. If I'm the captain, I'd go and get the ball and say, I'm going to take this.
Warren, I think right now you're the voice of every Cholos fan watching at home. Let's have a look.
He's well off, yeah. It's a poor penalty as well. I'm going to take it again.
I think one of his teammates might be saying, for good though, look, you've done a good first half.
Yeah.
Step aside, we'll get the one goal here. He's off.
And it's a nice height as well. It's not as if it's in the corner. Well, they might be doing their stuff now, the soccer gods. They might have changed it around. And here we go. It's another 20 minutes of debate.
Oh, right. I think he is taking it again.
Yeah, not you. Get you to take it. No, I'm taking it. Is he? He's doing it again.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
We might have to go get him if he misses again.
Yeah.
Well, Andres Lellini watching. As a coach, I think that's the approach I have. What else can you do? The referee, he's got the advice from VAR. Ball just moved there, as you can see. Is Talavera telling him to go to the same side?
He's telling him to go to the same side. If I was him, I'd put it.
Well, this takes nerves of steel from Ferreira. He's missed one. He's stepped back up. Talavera moving on the line. Oh, and he's put it wide. Well, this is an incredible first half for Facundo Ferreira. Everything that could possibly go wrong has. Two penalty misses, two chances in behind. Oh my.
Sometimes as a player and as a cap, you got to help him out. You could just tell he's not. I mean, after the chip, and then he's missed it, and now, you know, the fans will be on his back, and rightly so, because you've had chance after chance, and then to miss the target. And listen, it's difficult. I've been there, I've took penalties, but get someone else to take it. Rodriguez, you go and take it. Ibarra, you take it.
Yep, that's pretty much how the first half has gone for Ferreira.
I mean, people will say, listen, he's worked hard and he's got the guts to stand up and take it, but it's such a big moment in the season for him, you know, to get the goal just before half-time, kick-start your season, but you can just see it. I can see it from here as a player. Get him off the ball and get someone who really has got a bit of conviction about doing it.
I still can't believe that. The first penalty wasn't great. The second one was absolutely awful. Gonna have 4 additional minutes here at the end of an eventful first 45. Fair to say Cholas have had the best of it.
Oh yeah,
for him?
no, I think they've, you know, percentage-wise, they've done well. They've passed the ball. They've been more aggressive in the final third. If they had a striker that was prolific. Look at them saying, do you want to take another one now? My Spanish is not great, but that's what he said. Do you want to take another one? Give him another chance?
Fabio Alvarez. Free kick played in, the header. Just wide. Orozco looked like he was comfortable enough.
He was very, very confident. I don't think I was as confident as he was.
I think I was in your camp there. I thought it was a little bit closer than Orozco acted. Ferreira looking to get the run in behind. Well, Joaquin Montesinos, the man on the bench, the new Chilean signing. He might be on penalties as well. They're looking for a new penalty taker, Cholos. They certainly are now. Break forward here. Ruiz, who's played a little bit more attack-minded in midfield, was the option, but instead they go wide. Barbona. Tercero behind him. Tercero tries to chip it in, but it wasn't a great cross. Not really noted for his attacking flair on that side.
Be interesting the reaction they have at half-time, the home fans, because you know they would like a lot of what they've done, the work rate, the effort, the chances, but it's just left a bit of a. There we go.
And Ferreira,
and that's the nature of the business. That's what you're in.
It's not going to help him, but yeah,
no,
we've seen it before.
And as a coach, Mendes, then, do you take him off or do you stick with him and allow him to play through it?
Right, good strong defensive fender from him again. He was all the way forward when they actually won the penalty, the centre-back. Now he's out of position. A good read from Lisandro Lopez. Angulo's there as well.
He's done well, Lopez.
Good header as well there. Good play coming forward.
And again, play and move. Off.
And that one, a couple of ricochets, and eventually it's going to be a Cholos throw-in.
It's amazing, Keith, though, in the game that you've had Cholos is everything down their left-hand side, Pumas is everything down their right-hand side. So the other side of the field, you've not even spoken about them. I think you've got to try and, as your team, to try and change a little bit your attacking plan for both teams.
Lovely turn from Barbona. Just well read that time by Militao. Nice ball as well here. Couple of options either side. Diogo, Rogerio, Lopez, Diogo tries to cut back, but that was good help defensively. Vasquez does really well, forcing Diogo all the way inside, who equally does well to find Lopez. Mozo right into the path of Orozco, who was absolutely hammered. Strong challenge from Diogo.
And strong refereeing as well in this game, because the players have not made it easy for him. Montero, he'll be looking to come on it. You know, you've said about a striker, he's gone 3 games without scoring, but for strikers sometimes they come in and then they get a goal and it can kickstart their season. And these are all the things that are going through a coach's mind. You know, he's had to leave him out. Now, do you rely on him to say, okay, your striker's gone in and the crowd are getting on his back, we might need to change it around? That's off, and that back on his lands on his foot as well. So not just the first hand, but as he's come down. It's a hefty challenge.
What they're doing, this is our second home match, so we've got a good look at Cholos, and they do look better defensively. There's the man we've been speaking about, Joaquin Montesinos. That was feel a different buzz in the air, don't you, when there's a new signing?
Yes, yeah. Especially as well, there was apparently, Keith, you touched on it, some clubs, not only just one or two, but a few clubs that was interested in him as well.
Cruz Azul, America. We talked to our good friend Rodolfo Landeros beforehand.
Is he thawed out from the other day from Minnesota?
Yes.
Was he okay?
He still had some ice on him, that's for sure. But he is the coolest man anyway, so...
He was the coldest man.
There is the halftime whistle. Eventful. The big storyline is going to be Facundo Ferreira from the penalty spot, missing twice, and I think Orozco's getting his team together here. It was a good, solid performance, but no goals to show for it. All eyes will be on that man. No goals after 45 out of Estadio Caliente. We're going to take a short break, but we'll be back with a recap of all of the first half action. Tonight we are in Tijuana. Estadio Caliente has seen a very entertaining first 45 minutes, but no goals to show for the Cholos. More of the ball, more of the chances, all of the penalties, still 0-0. Marcel Ruiz, heavily influential in the middle of midfield. And it will be Cholos who will get us underway to start this second half. They'll be attacking from left to right. He's waiting for Diego Robles to blow his whistle. Making sure that we have 11v11. And there we go. Cholos get the action underway. Dominant. Yet no goals to show for it. How does Sebastian Mendes manage that team talk at halftime, Warren, in that kind of situation?
Well, I think first and foremost, you speak to your striker, Ferreira, and give him some confidence, and because he knows it's going to get difficult, but if he takes his chances, he has that opportunity and keeps working hard, the fans will try and keep with him. Ibarra, this player, I thought he was excellent in the first 45 minutes. Have that energy, be positive, and hopefully, as I said, you've got nice options on the bench. If he needs to make a couple of subs after 15-20 minutes, he can do that. But I think overall, as you rightly said, their stats was good, their passing was good, completion was good, the opportunities that they had, they just have to be clinical when they do get them chances and have real conviction. And for Pumas, I think from their point of view, they've got to be a bit more aggressive. I think they sat back and invited too much on. They're a quality team. They've scored 9 goals already this season. The front three, a bit like that, not really having an impact in the game. Not really putting any presence in the game.
I just come back to the other home game as Cholos win this one back. 21-7 in terms of shots. 8 shots on goal against Leon, and they only came away with a point. So it's those kind of performances, if Cholos are to become a team that make it into the playoffs and the reclassification round, they have to win those games. They have to win the games tonight.
Yeah, it's the hardest thing in the game, okay, is to put the ball in the back of net, and it's been their problem for about 3 or 4 years, Cholos. They always create chances, they have the opportunity, but you need someone on a regular basis to put the ball in the back of net, but they're hard to come by.
Nice ball by Barbona. Ibarra, back for Barbona. Just too many bodies centrally for Pumas. Lopez trying to break away. Mozo. Good run further forward here as Diogo pulls it back towards Javier Alvarez. Dineno this time out wide on the left. Now he's gone a little bit narrower. Valverde. Easy cross for the defender to deal with.
I think a lot of the Puma players have struggled with the surface. I really do, because they're doing everything just very safe. They're not really taking people on. The movement's not been good in the final third.
You look at the record, Warren, we showed it at the beginning, just one victory in the 5 previous games here recently. Does that play on the mind of players when you have done badly in a certain venue?
There's no doubt. I mean, we used to have a Newcastle problem going into London. I know it was difficult because you had the likes of Arsenal and Tottenham and Chelsea you're playing against, but we'd still had a poor record.
The ball forward here, good cross in here, the header. First look towards goal for Dineno and his manager. Felt like that was a big opportunity. He's normally clinical from those kind of situations, but that was much better from Pumas.
And he's got no wonder he's applauding the cross, because it's a delightful ball. And that's going to happen more, because Cholos will always try and be aggressive at home, push forward, and that's where they're trying to utilise the space in behind, and they did it a lot on that left-hand side, their right-hand side, but he's got to hit the target. It's a free header. And a player of his ability, I know it's difficult, it's a headed opportunity, but at least get it on target, test the goalkeeper, put it on the ground so it skids up in front of him. Delightful ball as well, but again, I can't emphasise, they keep pushing forward. Cholos on that left-hand side, and they keep leaving massive gaps. And Rack, as I said, he's not the most mobile. He's a good defender in line. He doesn't want to go out there, so he's reluctant, and there's a big, big gap.
Clip there on the foot of Ibarra. Second time that's happened to him today. Good run forward again from Barbona. Good delivery, and just a flick from the defender. Took it away from Ruiz at the edge of the penalty area, and Ferreira inside the penalty area. Now the break on the other way. Rogerio does well, gets beyond the centre-back, but there is the cover from a man who's really impressed today. Lisandro Lopez.
Look at him, he's so assured as a defender. He doesn't complicate the game, gets himself in a good position, covers his teammate. You see Rack there, he's not mobile enough, and he gets caught one-on-one, and there's your mate to help you out.
Lisandro Lopez as a defender. Played with the likes of Benfica and Boca Juniors. Long range hit, well over. So that experience certainly much needed in this Cholo squad.
The Pumas as well, they're starting to go into the game. They're starting to get their forwards involved.
Just going back to the penalty misses, Warren, for Ferreira. If Cholo still get the win, you can kind of move on. And I don't want to say you forget about it, but it's lessened.
Yeah.
So that's the way he can look at it as a forward as well.
Yeah, I think the question would be, and again, as a coach with the experience, do you take him off, or do you let him ride it out for the next 15 minutes and see how it goes? If he does put the ball in the back of the net, then everybody's changed their mind about him. But if it goes again and he misses another chance, I can throw another one. If they get another penalty, does he take it?
Giving that one away cheaply, but they won it back quickly, and Pumas wanted a free kick, nothing doing. Yeah, if he takes another one, I might have to take the headset off. I'll be too nervous for him. Barbona.
But I mean, look how many white shirts get back. The 5 across the back, the 3 in midfield. They're making it very difficult. Cholos have had their opportunities when they've got the ball like in these areas and then play quick, play little combinations, give and go.
The ball in again, Ferreira goes for it, and he tried to go feet first, and Talavera again a little bit unorthodox but effective from the goalkeeper.
But just as he's going for it, there's a few boos as well. So even when he's trying to do it, they're still booing it. This is going to be a difficult ball again. Look how it skids off the surface. 1-2 bounce, and it's got away from him.
Set ball further forward, looking for Ferreira. Putting a little bit of pressure on the centre-back Freire, and Barbona, strong challenge again from Militao. He's been very physical with those kind of 1v1 duels. He wins that one well. Launches the counter here. Ball played in behind. Orozco well off his line. That was good help defensively. For a moment, it looked like it was on for Diogo to just loft it over the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I don't know what Orozco was doing, because he just stopped time. He didn't even backpedaled or come out even more, but Lopez was there to sweep it up. I think he's had a real excellent game. Lopez at the back.
That one just out of play. Very entertaining start to this second half.
It's intriguing, because I'm not sure what's going to happen. I said with Orozco, as much as I like him, all the experience, he will do something that's a bit unorthodox, like come out the edge of the box and just stand there. Now you've got a striker that's under pressure. So how's he going to react? And you've got a team that haven't won a game all season at home against one of the big giants of the league. What a win this would be, could kickstart their season.
I just wonder as well with Sebastian Mendes, is he looking around that 60-minute mark and looks down? He's got a shiny new toy on the bench in the form of winger, come number 10. Joaquin Montesinos.
Yeah, he's got good options as well on the bench.
Mauro Manota's another one, right?
I mean, they're the two you think will come on.
They're going to give a free kick away here.
No, he's not.
No, the referee says no. Diogo certainly looked like he was caught by Angulo.
They've had a good battle, them two.
Two very good players. And the ball given away, and again no free kick given, so the referee
it's consistent.
Yep.
It's consistent. He's letting them play, which is great. I think it's adding to the game, the referee.
Right here for Ibarra. Good movement from Ruiz. Ibarra, that one's allowed to run through by Barbona.
I'm just looking at Ferreira at the top of the screen. He's not making any run. As a striker, you've got to make a run, and whether that's in his mind that he doesn't really want to get the ball. All these things are going through his mind. He's not.
And Ruiz was trying to just pop that one up for himself. That was ambitious, to say the least. Talavera just holding on to it as Ferreira was closing him down. I think you'd have to be pleased overall with the performance, though, Warren, Sebastian Mendes.
Yeah, I think their attitude has been good. You touched on all the stats that they've dominated. It's just that final product that they need, and what they don't want to do is get the sucker punch where they're trying to push forward and get the opening goal as they concede one, because the way Pumas have played and defended, it's going to be hard to break them down. As you give them something to hold on to.
Barbona trying to twist and turn and find an angle for the cross. He does just that. Good header by Freire defensively. Barbona on the second ball. And after a couple of minutes where Pumas look good, Cholo's trying to wrestle control back on the second ball again. Long range here from Vasquez, and that one comes off the defender, and Talavera just about keeps it in play.
Well, he's used the surface very well, sliding around, Talavera. But Barbona on this right-hand side, he's starting to get some joy. So again, they probably said to themselves, look, if we can't get Barbera on that left-hand side, let's try and work it on the right-hand side, and let's give them the home fans something to cheer about. They have a discussion over there, the three of them, didn't they?
Ruiz leaving the ball down.
I think I'd like to get more on the boys. Touched on the young Argentinian, Rodriguez, number 11. He's not really influenced the game as much as I would have liked. I think he's drifted out the game too much. He's definitely a talent and got involved in the penalty.
There is Rodriguez trying to do exactly what you just asked him to.
There you go.
On cue. There you go. Give and go. Gets it back again. Ferreira lets that one run through.
He was trying to lay it off, but he mistouched it. And the fans are waiting to boo.
Well, now the issue that you didn't bring him off at half-time is, if you do bring him off, he's probably going to hear the boos as he's brought off as well.
But that's part of it, Keith. You know, that's called character. I've had 52,000 of them booing you, so you've got to get on. You've got to get on with it. Here we go.
Ball played in, good chance, and that one goes just wide.
I mean, that's a hard chance, the way it's bouncing, but he's going to get abuse from the fans because they see it as a missed opportunity.
Mauro Manotas is up. He is going to come on. That might have been the last action for Facundo Ferreira.
Well, it's a delightful ball again in as well. As it bounced up, it's a difficult chance. It skids up and he's just trying to get his foot and hook it round him. He maybe feels there was a little bit of contact, but this is his hardest chance. But it doesn't matter. The fans already made their decision, and listen to the roar of the sub coming on. I mean, that's good. The players get behind him. Players get behind him. And listen, every dog has his day, and at the moment it wasn't his time. Let's get behind him. That's good. I think that's good play, coach.
And the fans, I think some of the fans there recognise what a difficult situation that is.
He's tried, you know, it's okay. He's made a mistake. He's got on with it. And I like to see that by his teammates are getting behind him and his coaches come over. I've known a few coaches just to leave a player out to dry and let them get on with it.
Well, Mauro Manotas, 4 goals in the Apertura. He is on. And yeah, he's going to want to be alone with his thoughts for a moment, but then he'll be cheering his team on, hoping that they manage to get the victory anyway, despite those misses.
My advice to him, don't get a newspaper, don't go online, and don't listen to the radio on the way home in the game. Leave it for a few days.
Netflix.
Yeah, get yourself on Netflix and watch a program.
Ball played across, Rodriguez loses it, and Alvarez hits the side netting. And that was a real let-off for Cholos, because the ball popped up nicely for Fabio Alvarez after the mishap from Lucas Rodriguez right in front of him.
That's the chance they wanted. And probably that would be the player they wanted as well to get that. He loves a debate, him, doesn't he?
Danilo, I think he's just frustrated with, perhaps not just the decision, but the service that he's had to deal with so far. He hasn't got on the ball much, if at all. About one header, didn't he, that went just over. We're going to see a couple of changes here for Pumas.
I think this is a positive one as well.
Yeah, Christian Batoncio, the attacking midfielder, is going to come on. That's for one. Ball played out wide. Ibarra. Ball played inside for Ruiz. Rodriguez. Nice bit of footwork, Rodriguez. That one blocked. He goes back for Talavera, and Talavera just about gets it off his feet as Rodriguez was trying to close him down.
But there is that excitement when Rodriguez does get on the ball. I like him maybe when he did come inside with that left foot, is to hit it a little bit earlier.
Well, Batoncio's a 29-year-old Argentine, and we have Jorge Rubalcaba, the youngster, the midfielder.
Yeah, he took a hold of midfield player off with Lopez, and then he's gone with a more adventurous, so probably a 6 and an 8 in midfield.
It's going to be Daneno who's going to come off, so perhaps just working his way back to full fitness as well. Sorry, it's going to be Diogo, in fact, who comes off.
He's had a few kicks. He looks like he's just limping slightly as well. As I said, he's had a good battle. He's had a good half. Nearly an hour.
Jorge Rubalcaba, he does come on. He's just 20 years of age. He's got 1 goal in his 38 minutes so far this season. I think this means a change in shape as well for.
There's a few choice words as well. Look, I mean, Lopez. Lopez. No one wants to be happy coming off, but
there's a time and a place.
Exactly.
Right?
Show a little bit of respect. I think that's the where he's just saying there's a bit of contact. I mean, that's. Rodriguez got very fortunate there because he makes a real hash of the ball, clearing the ball away. There's my man of the match.
Right. Oh, nice putting at the back, and he's still going. He's still going forward. Manotas into the penalty area, and that one flashes wide. And now here we have it, the debut. They're excited about this man. Cruz Azul, America, among the clubs that were rumoured to be after him. He's going to replace Renato Ibarra. You felt he had a good game on the left-hand side.
I did. Maybe, again, the first start, a little bit of fatigue coming in, but this is what they all want. And he looks a player, doesn't he? He's got the headband, the socks up, the tattoo. Maybe he plays as good as he looks. Yeah, he played well. He should be proud of his performance.
Well, let's see what the Chilean international can provide to this match.
Well, he slid out to that left-hand side. First thing you want to do is get in the ball.
You ask many of his fans, they tell you he's a goal scorer from wide areas as well. Good ball inside from Manotas. He almost had an instant impact. Ball played back for Marcel Ruiz. Seems to have just played a little bit higher than we're used to seeing him. Marcel Ruiz, Warren, particularly in the second half. Rubalcaba substituting the other side, and that one was always going to run out of play. Just got away from the youngster.
Yeah, Ruiz and Rodriguez are going to play in front just to try and get hold of the ball if they can. Vasquez is just going to be the holding player, number 35, and allow them two to get forward. It's pretty offensive the way they're trying to play.
Football to play out of the back here again by Cholos. Orozco, he revels in those moments.
He loves it, doesn't he? He does it. He's a frustrated outfield player.
You came through right in the mix of when you couldn't pass it back to goalkeepers and they could pick it up anymore. So you saw a little bit of both, I imagine. Goalkeepers who were really good and some goalkeepers who couldn't kick snow off a rope. That's a nice way of putting it. Good cross in here.
Touch.
Manotas pulls it back, Barbona. That one takes a deflection. And it goes a couple of yards wide. It's going to be a corner. Good movement from Barbona.
Yeah, they've really got a bit of momentum, and they've got the striker that's holding it up. This is a difficult surface, but he gets a good first touch, and he's just trying to roll it in to hit it first time. If anything, it's in the middle of his feet. If he goes left or right, he might be able to pass it into a corner. And they've got a little bit of momentum. Keep giving him the ball.
Montesino's trying to whip that one in.
He's had a good start to the second half. Barbona, he's really been instrumental, going from left to right, getting hold of the ball.
There's a goal there again. Nice ball in for Ruiz. He was just out-muscled, and the referee took a long look, and now is going to give the free kick. And again, Rogerio, the man who gave away the penalty, is having that bemused look on his face.
I don't think they can really ask. I mean, it's a clumsy tackle, and then you know if you're going to get any contact. He dangles the leg, and then there's the push in the back as well. There's one, dangle the leg, and then it's just the push. So take your pick. Now I'm looking now to really fizz this in. He might try and go for himself at the far post.
He's only in a couple of days with his teammates, but they've said, OK, you're on this one. Or have they? He will be. Oh, it's right into the wall.
He won't be on it again if he keeps doing that.
Although Ferreira, he got 2 chances at a penalty, so maybe he'll get one more.
Yeah, but then he got dragged off.
The cross comes in, the header right under the crossbar, somehow stays out. Racked the defender. I think Valverde, the fullback, might have got a touch on it. What a delivery that was from Montesinos.
Well, I think it's gone through the keeper's hands as well. I mean, Rack's it's fizzed across. Just underneath the post, but again on that right-hand side, just put it into an area. He's totally misplayed the keeper. I mean, he's just gone straight through his hands.
Come on, Valverde's arm when it went out of play.
I mean, we've seen some good defending, Keith, from the crosses. Really, you know, fullbacks have come over and tucked around and saved certain goals. So as much as we have a compliment about the offensive players not hitting the target, not being clinical, I think sometimes we have to look at the defenders and doing their job. Defending's an art.
Yes, we know you were a defender, Warren. You don't have to remind us every week.
You need a little bit of love.
Some of your play was very artistic. Some of it looked a little bit like Jackson Pollock. Yeah. The cross comes in, Orozco. Calva's been lively since coming on, the youngster. Vasquez. Well, Cholo's last time out conceded 2 late on. Pumas last time out conceded 2 late on, so don't go anywhere. For a lively finale. It's been a very good game. I know no goals. The chances, particularly for Cholos, big talking points.
And I think, again, for Cholos, if they need any confidence, is that they can compete at the highest level. Looking where they are in the league, obviously they're not happy with 1 point goal differential, -4, and all the stats again and no win. But they can play. They can play. They've got some good players. Just need to put it all together and arguably just put the ball in the back of the net.
This is a good build-up here. Manota goes out wide for Angulo. Montesinos. Ruiz, and he just turned into pressure. He's won a free kick, though. I don't think he was going to go anywhere there, and it was a needless challenge by the man who's come on, Matocho. Silly foul, and it's a free kick in a very good position.
Well, that's the second one he's given away. One was earlier on with his great feet as well, and again, it's referee spot on. This is this delivery, you know. I'm thinking, well, would you not go with both hands if you keep it just to go and catch it? You don't go with one and flailing your arms at him. I mean, they're so fortunate when Rack doesn't get his head over the ball and head it into the empty net. Who's taking this one?
Well, Barbona, I'm not going to argue with him in those set-piece situations.
And he's been feeling it at the moment. Sometimes at free kicks, it comes into certain stages that he's really had a good 20-25 minutes since the start of the second half, and he's been dominant, and he can hit a ball.
On this one, pretty much dead central. Angulo, a left-footed option, but certainly looks like Barbona's going to go. It takes a deflection. Talavera was scrambling back across, harmlessly wide in the end, but that's a couple of set pieces that they haven't made the contact they want in and around the edge of the penalty area.
Yeah, I always think it's difficult for players like 1 or 2 steps just to try and get it into an area, but he miskicks it actually. I mean, the wall doesn't do its job because it comes away. I mean, they're lucky that it didn't get a bit more power and accuracy, and it could have gone into the corner.
Talavera was mentioning that to the wall as well. Another set piece to deal with. Much better delivery this time. Kept alive by Rodriguez. up against Rubalcaba. Gets his cross in against Rubalcaba. The volley! Lisandro Lopez! What a strike from the centre-back! Oh, wow! He's been superb at the back, marshalled them defensively, and now he's popped up with an absolute screamer.
Well, he's played with class and authority, and that is a wonderful strike. Because, ladies and gentlemen, that is a difficult technique. It's going away from him. I mean, that's how you finish the ball, and what an outstanding strike. Just watch his movement as it comes back. Rodriguez does great on that left-hand side, just dinks up, he's coming away, but look at his body shape. He gets his head over the ball, he's strong, he's composed, he's caught, and he just whips that into the back of the net. That is an outstanding strike. You're going away from goal, and then you're turning your hips and your shoulders to pivot and put that into the back of the net. What a wonderful strike. Put two keepers in there, you're never going to catch it, but Rodriguez, as I said, get influence in the game, but outstanding technique. And that's a centre-half doing that, but he has been instrumental, he's been calm, he's been professional. The authority the way he played. What a strike. I mean, they're laughing because that's how good it is.
The look on the face of Marcel Ruiz tells the story. Unbelievable. And fully deserved as well on the balance of play for Cholos.
Well, won the ball because everybody gets brought to the goal line. They're all running back, so you put it back into space. Normally you're hoping it's a midfield player coming onto the ball.
Here come Pumas coming back, and that one flashing through. You were just telling me defending is an art, and defenders can be artists. There you go.
There you go. I wonder what's going through his mind. He made a couple of changes, and that's not really...
And there was a couple of words on the sideline as well, wasn't there, when those changes were made?
And Keith, you've got to say, Cholos have deserved it. You know, as much as Pumas has come into this game, 6 points, 9 goals, all etc., etc., etc. They've got some talented players, but Cholos have shown a real determination. They've worked hard. This is when they're at their best, you know, when they do work hard, they close people down, they make it uncomfortable. Yeah, they've missed chances, they've missed penalties, but they keep plugging away, they make it uncomfortable. And if they can do that consistently at home, they're going to find they're going to have a good season.
Montesinos are trying to go forward now. He's going to get back in and help out defensively. Thought he'd won it. He's still going. The referee's whistle is gone. And we thought he might provide the spark when he came on, but it is the centre-back who has provided, well, what's going to be a candidate for goal of the week in Liga MX play.
But with his influence coming on, it's giving Pumas something to think about. So it's allowed a little bit of space for Rodriguez to start getting, Barbona starting to get in the game. You know, it's given him a little bit more freedom.
Do you feel that around the club, Warren, when you've played, when a new signing comes in, it can just give the group a lift?
Particularly of that quality. You know, particularly when you hear that he might have gone to, dare I say it, bigger clubs in the league, and he's turned them down and turned up and come to you. And it's a spark they needed. As I said, they haven't won a game. I know it's... I always wait.
You weren't sure where you were with the
I thought he was even going to chest it. I didn't think he was going to... I thought he would have just brought it on his chest and then called it. He's that type of character to do something like that. But I think he realises the importance of getting their first win after what happened against Leon. But you touched on it, Keith. They do concede late goals, so this game ain't over yet.
Play from Barbona. There's been some good interchanging movement as well. Montesinos from distance, first real signing of goal for him, and he decided to go. It was a long way out.
But it's funny, Keith, because it's his first game, and people will have that. They'll accept him having a shot. If it goes 30 yards wide, they're not going to worry. I think 6-7 games in, if that keeps happening, then they might groan a few times. But there's a little bit of excitement around the place at the moment.
Arturo Ortiz driving forward into midfield to Otocho. Given away, and Lisandro Lopez has been everywhere tonight. Plays that ball forward, and this one's going to fall kindly for Mauro Manotas. Good strength as well on the initial header, but he loses out to Ortiz, who gives it right back for Cholos. Bit scrappy, but the former Houston man gets the help of a deflection. Montesinos inside the area. for Manotas. They might fall for him still, and that's good defensive play. And now the flag has gone up.
Well, you can see why he hasn't scored at the moment a little bit this season, that he's had the opportunities, but strong refereeing again, flag goes up. But he was in a win-win situation coming onto the field, you know, that someone's got took off for error, has been booed, so he can come on with a bit more freedom because he hasn't scored this season. I think they're just like, keep it simple. I think that was offside.
That was offside, yeah, that was close.
If they're saying that's a foul. Yeah, just gets stuck under his foot, doesn't really have a nice touch on the ball just to caress it, but I don't think that was offside.
He had a decent strike rate when he was in MLS at Houston Dynamo. I think he could point to the fact that Cholos, whoever's played in that number 9 role, has struggled for goals. They haven't been a creative team. He might look to Montesinos and, or maybe the form Barbona's in right now as well, and say there is an opportunity to get goals this season. One ball forward. Again, that's good defensive play from Lopez. Back for Orozco.
You know what it is, Keith? He's so composed and calm on the ball. He hasn't give the strikers a chance. He hasn't over-dwelled on the ball. He hasn't tried to overplay. He's just been so efficient in what he's done. And that gives a calming influence. He's infectious throughout the team. To have someone like that at the back that just keeps it simple, passes the ball, but you know, keeps the game so simple.
And we've been impressed with young Victor Guzman over the last couple of seasons. But again, to learn off someone like Lisandro Lopez is going to be great for him too.
And also as well, there might be a team that you can play through at the back sometimes. You know, the three of them, because Brack is comfortable on that left-hand side. He's quite happy to go out there, so you can play Lopez in the middle, who's on the right-hand side. You've got a nice balance.
Good football here. The chance to go for goal by Montesinos, and well, it didn't take 6 games for the arms to go flailing in the air because Manotas felt that could have been a cross.
Look at his recovery run though. You know, that's something for the player. What they end up doing is running himself into the ground, but he was a little bit too greedy there. Could have maybe looked for someone else, but he's worked back and got himself into an area, so that shows his teammates that he's willing to work.
Matocha. Final 15 minutes of action and Estadio Caliente. Match day 4 in Liga MX play this season. Cholos leading by a goal to 0. They've had a number of chances. They've had a couple of penalty misses. But right now, the most important thing for their fans, they're on the way to the first victory. They hope that one, a lucky deflection as they beat Rack and came back off Rogerio into the path of the big Cholos defender.
Pumas, for me at the moment, they haven't got a player that can unlock the door. You know, so as long as Cholos are organised and disciplined, I can't see them coming. It'll only be if you make a mistake, like giving a ball away cheaply, mistiming a pass, getting caught in the wrong areas. If you're focused as a group, they should have enough to see this game and get the first result of the season. So, as I said with Pumas, I'm not sure whether they've got a player that can unlock the defence. The strikers need space in behind, and Lopez has not allowed that happen.
They're going to bring on 2 more substitutes right now. Washington Carrozo, an attacking midfielder, and Omar Islas, another attacking player in those central areas. Ball played forward. I imagine Javier Alvarez is one of the candidates to come off, who's been quiet today. Good play from Montesinos, keeps it in play as well. He's got 2 further forward. Likes to come in on his right foot. This time he decides to just keep possession. Ruiz, Rodriguez.
That's smart play, good play. You know, you've got a tendency, you go counter-attack and go quick. They've retained the ball. All right, now they've got back in their shape, but you've kept hold of it. You've had 7, 8, 9 passes.
Looked like a strong challenge, looked like it should have been a free kick. Barbona's going to try and take advantage of the referee, allowing play to continue. Tries to go for goal, and it bounces awkwardly up into the goalkeeper's hands.
Yeah, we'll just pass it to the right. It's a better angle to cross it. You're trying to cut across the ball, slide it out to the right-hand side. The whole picture opens up then. This is what they don't want. You know, you don't want it to make it a foot race and the game opens up.
And the break is on here. Alvarez tries to play it in behind Rubalcaba. Good play from Orozco, like Talavera at the other end, leading with his feet to good effect. Long range hit, well off target, and Orozco almost waved it away as well.
He was disgusted with that. You're trying to shoot from there.
And yeah, I can confirm the yellow card is not because he tried to shot from distance. It was for Militao, another challenge.
And again, echoing Keith what you were saying, I think they're making subs because they've been frustrated. There's the tackle. Good refereeing as well, because he let the advances go. And Barbona was allowed then to drive forward and chose the wrong option. But you know, they're taking their offensive players off because they haven't really had an impact in the game.
It's on Militao. He was replaced. Caruso will come on in midfield. And Daneno is the other one who comes off. Militao very combative in midfield. Caruso, the Ecuadorian, just a couple of appearances totaling 44 minutes. Islam's even less time on the field.
They look like they're desperately trying to make a sub as well. Mendez is calling someone over from the sideline to get them a little bit of fatigue coming into the game, because one thing with this fellow, he does work his socks off. Literally.
I wonder if Vladimir Laroña is... I know he's a fullback, but maybe he could be an option if Barbona has to come off. In this kind of situation, you expect Cholos to maybe sit back, try and just hold on to that lead now? Or?
Yeah, and I think obviously what happened, Leon at home, you know, that will be in the back of their mind as well. So, but I do think their best line of defence is to get the ball forward, but still keep that balance of number 35, Adez, just to be in that midfield area, and look, they're making 3 changes as well. So maybe, as I said, fatigue, or 2 changes, sorry, coming on. Barbona's trying to be allowed on the field.
I think Christian Rivera, who is a defensive-minded midfielder, yes, is going to come on. We've seen him before, and very good player.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he was left out, actually, because he's been in the last 3 games and he is a big part, but maybe they felt at home they needed to win the game.
Mosso. Yeah, he's had a frustrating night, the fullback. Hasn't really gone well for him going forward. He's now had to chase this man who's shown a lot of energy since coming on. Montesino trying to show a change of pace. Now he's rolled a couple of times, won the free kick.
Yeah, that was a bit uncomfortable as he landed on him as well. Yeah, but I've been disappointed with the away team, you know, coming into this game. But he's been a real bright spark coming on, and I think what we've seen so far has been very encouraging. I know he comes with a lot of expectation, but he's looked positive. He's looked like he's creative. He looks like he wants the ball in a dangerous area. So I think he'd be a good signing going on, a good acquisition.
And we spoke him up earlier. We're going to see Victor Guzman come on as well. So it's going to be for the goal scorer.
I think he's saying he's injured. I think that's, I mean, they're saying get off, and he's got a bit of a knock. That is a blow, because he's been outstanding. And you can hear the reception that he's getting as well. Not only for his goal, but I think his overall play.
They have the worst defensive record in the Apertura, but they are going to be better with Lopez. And, well, not just his defensive work. What about that for a strike?
Well, one, it's a delightful ball from Rodriguez, and then the shape, the body shape, the technique. And as you rightly said, the players, that little smile says it all, because normally it comes off in training, but not in a high-pressured game from a centre-half.
I've seen you score a few from distance, a few free kicks in your time.
Yeah, free kicks, not on a volley on, on the edge of the box, yeah, going away from goal.
Not many have scored a volley like that.
Yeah, high fives all round. I think he's been...
Well into the final 10 minutes of action here, and the fans in attendance have enjoyed this one. He certainly enjoyed it. He is the man currently with the match-winning goal.
Well, you touched on the point where they've got now 2 holding midfield players.
Yeah, Barbona's off, Rodriguez out wide.
Yeah. And they'll ask the wide players just to come back and help if they can.
Good play from Ruiz, and then he's whistled. I thought he'd just got a foot in there around the Pumas player.
Both of them two, I think, have been outstanding. Second half in particular.
Valverde, Caruso, and Guzman, and he is known for that. He is very physical, and he is a little bit overzealous at times in the challenge. Need us one to give away, and an opportunity to get service into the box now.
And that's learning the game. You know, he's been watching the game. He might have been frustrated that it didn't start because he's played a lot of games. You can't win the ball, and as soon as an attacker can feel you, they're going to go down. So as a defender, sometimes you can't win the ball. Let him feel you, and then they'll play the ball backwards. As soon as you try and get too close and try and win the ball, they're going to spin you. And this is a dangerous area. Moments like that, you said learn from good players. See what Rodriguez has done, Lopez has done throughout the game.
Chip in from the substitute, but right now into the path of Rodriguez. Tocho's free kick wasn't great, and Rodriguez breaks away, and the defender, Mosa, pointing at the ball, said he got it. Bemused look from Rodriguez as he gets up and realises he hasn't won the free kick.
Well, I thought it was going to be a throw-in, not a free kick. I thought it was good defending in the end, that he got back well and got it off of Rodriguez's foot. But
Jonah Ortiz, Mosa trying to take on Rivera. A long stride, Christian Rivera in the middle of midfield.
Yeah, last thing you want to do, Keith, when you're in this situation for Cholos of what they've had before, is sit back and start inviting pressure on. You've got to put pressure on the ball now. You can't allow them to come 30, 40 out. That's good play now, keep it.
Nice touch.
Give him the ball, he'll get you a foul. He'll take someone on, you know, look, he draws 3 defenders straight away.
Yeah, good play as well. Presence of mind to get that ball back inside. He started on the left, now he's on the right. Positive signs here on the new man. Nice little outlet ball as well for fellow substitute Christian Rivera. Good turn from Minotas. Montesinos out wide still. Tries to shape that delivery towards the far post, but good defensive play from Ortiz. Rubalcaba.
I would have preferred him to keep it. You didn't need to deliver it, just keep hold of the ball. Again, I echo, Keith, I'm not sure whether they're good enough to break you down. I've been disappointed.
I think 9 goals on the season.
I've been disappointed. I know they got 5 in one game, but they're still scoring 3 goals.
Good football. Very good play from Ruiz. Touch behind from Angulo, right on the edge of the penalty area. And the card is coming out. It's going to be a yellow for Ortiz. Perilously close to being a penalty as well, but lovely play from the fullback.
I mean, what an engine he's got, Keith. You know, the captain, 32 years of age. Colombian up and down. In the first half, you see his energy and his understanding he had with Rivera, and now he's come on again, realising that he just needs to get his team a little bit of a breather, and he does that by taking people on. He knows the contact's coming. He was never going to get the ball on the other side, but the referee, it's a foul and a yellow card.
And a free kick.
In a good position.
Yeah, really good position. And Montesinos was on the last one. Barbona, another man who's good on set pieces, but has come off. This one whipped in, a good save from Talavera. Super hit. Struck with venom, but that was very good goalkeeping from the veteran. The assistant referee, he doesn't care. Kick the knock, get back up.
He's like a school teacher, wasn't he? Get up and get back in there.
And he did.
He did.
Montesinos did what he was told.
But that's frustration now, coming into...
Around by Angulo. They're a little bit open here at the back and stretched. Caruso, good play from Guzman. That time he just got a touch on it. He thought it came off Caruso. It's not a bad strike at all.
I think he caught him out because there wasn't much of a build-up there. Yeah, it's a wonderful technique. He gets a good sight of it. It's a good height for a keeper, but it's a good save. You're right, keeper. He was a little bit unaware. It was took pretty quickly.
I don't remember Mauro Manotas taking too many free kicks, but he hit that one well. Now, a miscommunication defensively has Ruba Calva in a lot of space. Cleared.
You can just sense, though, Lopez is not in there, and there's just a little bit of uncertainty. You know, there's people in the wrong angles. They've got to get up. The keeper's got to help them up. Orozco, he's got the experience. You see now, there's a little bit of panic.
And it's that pivotal moment, isn't it? Because game 4, looking for your first win. Such a momentum builder, changer in the season for Cholos. They won a free kick. No, they've actually given away a free kick. He's had a little bit of life to him, Ruba Calvin, over the last couple of minutes.
They just need to keep their shape, particularly the back 4. Let the midfielders sort it out, and you, as a back 4, get up the field a little bit higher and get a bit more compact, play a little bit more narrow.
Was trying to play that one in behind for Manotas.
And get back, big man. Don't keep coming forward and leaving gaps everywhere. But you see that they're 10, 15 yards too deep now. Should be where the referee is. You're inviting the pressure on.
Ruiz.
Get it out wide to this fella. Just keep giving it out wide.
I think that's the direction Ruiz would like to go in. And he might have the chance to continue the run himself.
Yeah, just keep it now. Get us a throw-in, get us a corner, whatever you can do, get us the ball.
Good play from the youngster. Nice little back heel as well. Montesinos inside the area, still has it. Surrounded by 3, tried to get it across, and well, he just couldn't make the ball get all the way through for his teammate Vasquez. Now the flick forward. And it's going to be another free kick for Pumas. So we're over the 90 into stoppage time. 4 minimum additional minutes.
That's going to feel like 40 minutes for the home fans.
Rack over the back of the striker.
He's played well as well. Rack, you know, maybe with having a centre-half next to him that he can rely on, he's had a good impact in the game.
Rack at the back, who's also looked to get into the attack. There you go.
Listen, you've never been one for rhyming and songs, and you've never been a singer. Two Irish fellas that can't sing. You and my old teammate Shay Given.
I'm also a witness to that as well, so I would agree with you.
He can't sing. You think he can, but he can't. And you'd like to think, Keith, in the big picture, that Cholos deserved this result. I think, you know, they give everything. They've worked hard, defending when they need to, but...
So, ball at the edge of the penalty area, almost flicked back over and in. Still not over that finish line just yet.
Yeah, they're saying far post.
Plenty of bodies inside the area. Rogerio mentioned his 3 goals, very quiet tonight. He knows all about late goals. They conceded one, I think it was the 97th minute, wasn't it, against Tigres? It was a late penalty.
And they also would know that Leon got a late goal as well, so they're going to go right to the end.
Chip over the top, looking for Montesinos.
He sleep well tonight. He's run his socks off since he's come on.
I think he's done 90 minutes running in his 30 minutes.
He's going to, at the end of it, just collapse.
Tries a little flip, does really well. Mendes wanted the free kick. Caruso in the battle. Guzman knocks it forward.
He's seen him coming and he's just trying to invite him in to make that foul, but the referee has, I think he's let the game go. He's let the game be a little bit physical. Don't argue, just get back in your position. Don't argue with the officials. You've got 90 seconds to go. Get yourself back into the game and help your team out. You can see the tension in his face. You know,
he knows what this could do for the season. It's not just 3 points, is it? It's momentum.
And your new signings come in. You know, you've had the disappointment in the first 45 minutes of you know, missing 2 penalties. You've given that chance, and you've scored a wonderful goal by your centre half. Telling him to get up, whoever's gone down, which I think
this is last chance saloon here. Moso can keep it in play, and I don't think Cholos are going to be in any hurry to take this throw in.
Well, these are the moments. The people with their phones getting ready to take it, and then he puts it at a nice height. I think, okay, second time round, I'll put it in the other corner, and he just drags it horribly wide. He'll have to dust himself down because his teammate has got him out of jail with this wonderful strike from the centre half. This is how you finish. He knew. As soon as it hit his foot, he knew.
And he didn't look that shocked that it went in, did he? I mean, he has done it before. Montesinos. Waiting for the contact, and he allowed it to run out of play very smartly for the throw in, and he does look really tired.
Yeah, he's got to him as well. He's rattled him, and they've been disappointed. Give it to him again, and he'll kick you. Just give him the ball.
Final seconds. We're over the 4. Final whistle. 2 clenched fists for Marcel Ruiz. 3 big points for Cholos. And Warren, it was nothing less than they deserved today.
Yeah, I think the fans have stuck with the team. I think it was a very, very good performance. Pumas was disappointing, but Mendes and his boys, they performed very well. It's a real team effort. They've stuck behind each other. They're on a run now. They've got their first 3 points of the season.
And unbeaten at home. 2 games they should have won against Leon. They had to settle for a point. Tonight, Cholos can celebrate. Lisandro Lopez, the veteran defender, with the only goal of the game to give Cholos the victory. Well, that is all we have time for on behalf of the entire crew. And my partner this evening, Warren Barton, I'm Keith Costigan saying thank you for joining us. Once again, the final score from the Estadio Caliente. Cholos 1, Pumas 0.